Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Papercraft Moon. I'm Jessica, but you can call me messy and forgetful because I'm very messy and I'm very forgetful. I have just finished this box actually. I'm filming this piece after I finish this one because this is the one I'm showing in the tutorial, because the happy birthday one I didn't have that much things to fill it up with, because I wanted to fill it with so much that I could just find that I've already made, and so because I'm a bit lazy too, I didn't want to sit and do everything to fill it too. So this one opens up and folds down. I haven't put on all the DSP yet. So it looks like this, and here you have a drawer, and I have a lot of ribbon in there, and here is some Merry Christmas and other decorations to have on the cards and tags there you can make, and here are some small tape rolls, so you have that, and 3D pillows. And this small one doesn't have anything yet, and you can have things here and you can have things in here. Back here I have candy canes, but you can put anything there. Here is some more ribbon. Back here we have some pearls and peel-offs and more pens. And here are cards and envelopes. I have 8 cards and 8 envelopes in a box that is a ½ an inch wide. I don't even know how I did that. So, and these, here you can put things that aren't that wide, thin things. On the birthday one I was thinking of putting a calendar and having all the dates for when someone's birthday is, and on this I don't know what I should put here, but you can put anything here, and they open up like this. I haven't really filled it yet because there was so much space in this one that I couldn't fill it. Here are the tags that you can put the candy canes on with the belly band. Here's 3 types of tags. These are the tag cards. So you can really fill this one with a lot. You can have small boxes up here if you like to have more, and it just closes up again like so. So we're going to make this one, and I hope you like this one. I love this one more than the other two actually, and I know that I promised to make a small one, but this one just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So next video I hope I will have something smaller for you. But yeah, we will see. So we are just gonna get started with this. So back in a second. So now we're gonna get started. And I put the cardstock because it's a lot of cardstock for this. I think I wrote it down. Yes, I'm using 22 A4s and 1 12x12. If you use more 12x12, I think it will be less, because I think you can fit more some pieces on one 12x12. I don't have 12x12 cardstock. I have A3 cardstock, which is 18x25, so I need to cut them down. So I don't really like to use 12x12, that's why I made this. So you only need one. If you don't have much 12x12 at home, then A4s, 22 of them, and 1 12x12. So I put this in 3 different categories because it would be too much to go in one go. So we're starting with the first pieces. So we have piece number 1, and this piece is 11.5 by 7 7/8. This is the front piece of the box, and you are only going to score this one at 5. So, it done. Oh, sorry, went over to Swedish. Now that one is done. And number 2, it's also 11.5 by 7 and 7/8, but this one is going to have some guideline scores, and I am quite sure I'm doing these guideline scores right this time. So we're scoring at 5, and then we turn it, so we have the big piece here that is 6.5, and 5 is down here. So you score at 5/8 down to the score line. Oi, I'm sorry. Siri thought she was going. If you heard a voice, it was just Siri, because my phone is beside me. Yeah, score on 5/8 down to the score line that you made on the 11.5 inch side, because you are going to score only on 11.5 side on the first one, and this one first. Yeah, and then 7 1/4. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and I'm going to make a Christmas theme one. And 2, 3. Yeah, I made it right. So that is number 1 and 2. Now we're walking over to number 3 and number 4. Number 3 and number 4 is just the same as, yeah, 3 and number 4 are the same. So this is 11 5/8 by 6 and 7/16. Don't be scared. We're not going to score on a 1/16 of an inch. It just has to be a 1/16 of an inch. So this is going to get scored at 4 7/8, 6 1/4, and 11 1/8. So, and the same on number 4. 4 7/8, 6 1/4, and 11 1/8. So then we're going over to numbers 6 and 5, and they are the same too. And we are going to, oh, this one is, these two are 10 by 6.5, and you're going to score on the 10 side only at 3 7/8, 3 7/8, and at 9.5, and this one too, 3 7/8, and 9.5. And now this is calling this piece number 16, so now it's a bit jumping over, because I always forget the lid otherwise. So this is the lid, and this one is 12 by 9 3/4. So this is going to be scored on the 12 side at 1, 2, 10, and 11. And then on the 9 3/4 side, it's going to be scored at 1, 2, 7 3/4, 8 3/4. So that's all the scoring for the first part. I think this video is going to be one clump, not more parts, just I'm making parts within the video. So we're putting the lid off to the side, and I'm going to start with number 1 and 2, because the front and back, this is one you're going to build on. You just fold the score line on the first one, and you do the same with the one there. And these two that you have, the small ones, they're 5/8, we're going to cut them away. So just cut in from the side. Then I like to fold them so it's easier to cut them off. And I'm just going to have this a little bit closer to my eyes. It's harder to see where I'm cutting when I'm trying to have it on camera at the same time. Yes. So now you see I've just cut that way, and this is the bottom. It's still 5 here and 7 and 7/8. So now we take this side too, so you just cut up there and fold it. You don't have to fold it. If you think it's easier to cut it off when it's not folded, the score line, then it's alright, just cut. I think it's a little bit easier to see where to cut when you have folded the score line, so I fold. Yeah, so now we have both front and back pieces, and you will see in a moment why we cut a little bit of the back away. So now we are going to put these two together with tape on this, the number 2 bottom, and just put them together. So I will just put tape on. So now I put tape on the bottom of the second piece, and just take the backing off. You can probably do this with glue if you like. I don't really like using my glue because it makes the cardstock very wet. So now you just have the front piece here with the bottom, the 5-inch wide one, and you just put this on. So I will probably try to be on camera, and just line it up to the score line and the sides. Now I think I have it quite lined up. Yeah, and if it's sticking out anywhere for some reason, then just cut that away, because sometimes things are, when you cut it, it doesn't become maybe the same size for some reason, because human error. So now we have the front and the back piece together and really sturdy here, so the bottom is strong. Now we are putting this one to the side, and I need to look at my sheet notes. Front and back, number 3 and 4. Yeah, number 3 and 4. Let's see here. And that's still the lid. I will wait with the lid for a while. 3 and 4. And these are those that are called elephant ears in my first video. The things that are folded out, and these are, yeah, the bigger elephant ears or wings, or what you should call them. That is going to be on the inside of the box, and have the boxes where you can put cards and things. Yeah, you know what I mean. So you just fold the score lines like normal, and these are the 6 and 7 16ths. So it's a 16th less than the height of this, and you will see why in a moment. You have this small here, just notch in a bit, and so you get, it doesn't stick out on both of them. Notch in a little bit on, not too much and not too little. So Now we take back this. And now, why I take away a 16th is because these are going to be taped to the back piece and be the ones inside like these. Then you do like that. And if you don't take away a 16th, then it's going to be just as tall and maybe get cut and scrape, and it won't get any good. Yeah, it will just scrape. So now I'm going to put tape on the inside, so the flap folds like this. So usually you put on the outside when you do things, but now we put here on the inside. Just see, so I'm really doing this right? Yes, I'm doing this right. Need to check myself. I haven't done many of these. I just have done one. Because I always make one before I film. It's easier that way, because then I find out what I did wrong. So like this, yes. So it's easier if you turn this over. This is the not the inside. This is the outside of it. And if you put this one like so, and then have this one, so you can just fold this over. So this is the back on the outside. I hope that's clear. So now I'm just going to line it up here. Make sure the back is completely lined up and the side and the score line is lined up. Yeah. So, and we have the 16th gap here. So now we just do so. It worked. So now we're gonna take the other piece and put tape just the same and put it on just the same. And I'm doing this, putting it together before the DSP. Some parts you can do before you put on the DSP, but if you do like I do and put DSP on it after you put the most of the things on, then you need to turn it and twist it and yeah, wrestle with it a little bit. So it would be easier to put the DSP on before, but I don't do things the easy way. Not really. So you just turn it around again and going to line this up with the score line and make sure the back, these two also are lined up straight. Yeah, now we have a nice lined up here. So, and these are going to get covered with DSP later, because you put a big piece on here and they will not show if you don't want a very big frame. But if you take away like an eighth of an inch like I do when I put DSP on, then they won't show that. You won't see them if you don't look after them. So now we're starting to become something here. Yeah. So now it's time for 6 and 5 and 6. And 5 and 6 are the wings that are going to wrap around with the front. It's wrapping around to the back. So we put this off to the side for a while, and this is almost the same as, yeah, it's the same. You put on them quite the same way as the inside wings, or what I should call them. I don't even know what to call them. So you put it on the inside. Wait, I need to notch in on these two. And these are as high as the box, 6.5, because these they are not going to fold in and things like that, so it doesn't do anything if they scrape, because yeah, they won't really scrape that much, because they are just going to fall down and wrap around and keep the box together a little bit, because the lid is just 1 inch high, so the lid won't really hold this that good. You can't really put this box up just with one hand like my other boxes. You can take up with one hand and they will hold together, but this lid needed to be another size. So with this you just do as I did, turn it around, put it under. Yeah, this is the right way, and then you line this up, and this is really important that it is all lined up. You don't want it to stick up or be wrong, because these are the same height. Come on now, be nice to me. To check here. So yes, take the backing off and fold over. So you see, so this works. Yeah, so it's wrapping around, and you see it's a bit gap. It's because we are going to have boxes here too, so it's wrapping around. Yeah, those boxes too. And then we are yeah, it's a little bit of me wrestling with this. It's a lot of pieces, and yeah, I want to call this the octopus, but it won't look like an octopus after this, but when it's put together, but right now it kinda does. And sometimes I wish I was an octopus, because I need more hands. I really do need more hands. So lined up to the score line. Yes, take the backing up, fold over. So now we have this up, and this is pulling around. Yeah, now that is put together, and we will take the lid later, and I'm putting this off to the side for now. So now we are going to do the middle section of the box, the one with a box behind the boxes and drawers, and the box on top with a box inside. Yeah, you know. So these pieces are here, and I'm making this red and ivory, because I didn't have enough red, so I'm making the drawers red, and the thing that the drawers are going to be in, I'm making ivory. Yeah, that was very clear, right? Yeah, I'm making things more confusing than it has to be. Really. Now I see here, this is so many pieces, because we need to score them all first, and I can't find number 7. There was 7. 7 was in the front, behind the 18th one. So this one is 8 1/4 by 9 3/4. So you see, I used A4, but these are going to be reinforced, but they are not going to go down. If this is 4 high, it might just fold over 2 inches, because it doesn't really matter how far down you make it. It needs to be more than 1 inch, or 1 inch is quite enough. But yeah, anyways, if you want them to be reinforced all the way in, then you need to use bigger paper. But I wanted to use A4, not sit with my A3 papers and cut, and yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start scoring on this one. 8 1/4 by 9 3/4. You score on the... yeah, this one was the one I resized. You score on the 9 3/4 side first at 3 3/4. At 4 5/8. At 8 3/8. And at 9 1/4. I resized this because it was 1/8 too big wide when I put it together, so I just took away 1/8 of this one. And you score on the 8 1/4 side at 7/8 and 6 1/8. So you can see here, this is the box's height, and this is what I'm folding down, making it reinforced. It will still work making it reinforced. It doesn't have to be more than that. Yeah, number 7 is scored. So we move on to number 8. Number 8 is 10 1/4 by 8 1/4. On the 10 1/4 side, you score at 3 3/4. 3 3/4. 4 7/8. Wait. Yeah, 4 7/8. 8 5/8. I say like a question mark. 9 3/4. Yes. And then you score on 1 1/8 and 6. This is the kind of pocket where the drawer that is furthest down is going to. So this is the longest one, because this one is going to stand on this one. Yeah, it will be clear in a second. Then we have number 9 and 10. And 9 and 10 is just the same. It's 10 1/4 by 8 1/4. You score on 3 3/4, 4 7/8, 8 5/8, 9 3/4, 1 1/8, and 5, because this is the small, these two that's going on top and having the big box behind, so these are not going to be so deep in. Yeah, so still 10 1/4 by 8 1/4, 3 3/4, 4 7/8, 8 5, 9 3/4, 1 1/8, and at 5. So now we move on to number 11. And this is the smallest, I believe. Yes, this is the small drawer at the top. That's just 1 inch high, 1/2 an inch high. So this is 9 1/4 by 8 1/4. Score on the 9 1/4 side at 3 3/8, 4 3 3/4, 4 3/8, 8 1/8. If I say wrong, it will be right in the description below. I just have a very hard time with numbers. That's dyslexic. I don't know how to say it. 8 3/4. Let's see here. Yeah. And then score on the 8 1/4 side at 5/8. So many papers are the same size, those 10 1/4 by 8 1/4, but they're scoring differently. That's why I'm putting them in different categories. Yeah. and this is going to be scored at 4.5. Is that completely right? Yes, it's completely right. And then we have drawers to score. Yes, it's a lot of scoring and it's a lot of work, but it's going to be so beautiful when it's done. I promise you, you will love it, because I love these boxes and I won't stop making them, and I promise to make smaller ones, but I can't. So this one is 8 3/8 by 7 5/8. So you score this at 1, 2, on the 8 3/8 side you scored 1 and 2, 6 3/8, no, 3/4, and 7 3/4. Too much numbers. And on the other side, that is 7 5/8 side, you score it 1, 2, 5 5/8, and 6 5/8. So that's the biggest drawer. Then we have 13 and 14. They are the same. They are 7 3/4 by 7 5/8. On the 7 3/4 side, you score at 1, 2, 5 3, and 6 3. Turn it and score at 1, 2, 5 5/8, and 6 5/8. And it's just the same on the other one. 1, 2, see, yes, and so, and here, 1 and 2 and 5 5/8 and 6 5/8. So, and now the smallest drawer, that is 5 5/8 by 5 3/4, and this is the 5 3/4 side. On the 5 3/4 side, score at 1.5, not 1.5, 1/2, 1, 4 3/4. There, and at 5 1/4, and then you turn it and score at 1/2 again. Oh, sorry, went over the line. Okay. So, and 1, and then at 4 5/8, and 5 1/8. So, and then, not the lid, we have piece number 17, and piece number 17 is the top box with that has a secret compartment under the little boxes that's going to fit in it. Yeah, this is really easy. This piece is 8 1/4 by 10 7/8. On the 10 7/8 side, you score at 1 3/4. And this one is going to be a little different, so yeah, I will explain later. 1 3/4, and at 3.5, 7 3/8, 9 1/8. And then turn it and score at 1/2 inch. We'll explain later. And 2 1/4 at 6, and 7 3/4. So, and then number 18, which is not the last one, but the last one right now. This one is 6 5/8 by 6 3/4. So on the 6 5/8 side, this is the 5/8 side, yes, score at 3/4, 1.5, and 5 1/8, and 5 7/8. Turn it and score at 3/4 again, and 1.5 again, and at 5 1/4, and at 6. So that's all the scoring for the middle thing. Oh, so much scoring. But I'm only going to show you some of the pieces, how to make them. So we are going to make, I'm going to show number 7, and I'm going to show number 8, so the big box that is behind the drawers, and this is one of the pockets for one of the drawers. And then I will show number 17 and number 18, because these are just the drawers and the pockets for them. So I will show how one pocket is made, and this one, because it's cut differently or scored differently, but it's still the same as this one, kinda. And I will show these. So I will show these 4, because no point in me showing over and over again the same way. So we take one of the drawers. This is going to be in the top box up with the secret compartment under. So this one is 3/4, so that means it will be like 1 inch under it. So this one is reinforced. So we take, I usually take my hand on the long side, cut notch in this one, the outer thing, and then cut in. Cut those 2 down off, notch into this one, and cut off this one. So, can you see how it looks? Yeah. And just do the same on the other sides. Need to keep a track on my camera if it runs out of battery or memory. I need to catch it, or when it wants to stop filming. So into those, and cut that one off in there, notch in, that one is going to go off, and notch in here. So it's going to look like this. You can see it, right? So you just put this together later, like so, and fold in these to make it reinforced. It's really easy, and the lid is made just the same, it's just bigger. So the drawers and the lid made just the same. So that does it more easy for me, because then I won't have to show the lid, I think. So now we take number 17, and that's the one that is a little bit different, because I couldn't make this one reinforced and have the fold down that is just 1/2 now. I couldn't have it more, because then I needed bigger paper, and I didn't want to use more big. So that's why this one is going to be a little bit different, but it's still quite the same as the drawer. Just keep that in mind. So I'm holding, now see here, I think this is the long side, kinda. So just cut in, cut up here, cut off, notch in there, and notch in there. So, and notching in here, cutting up straight, cutting off, notching in so that disappears, and a little bit notch in here too. So it's going to look like this on one half. So you see you have this small one here. It's still quite the same to how this one looks, just these two here are just as wide, because yeah, this one I could do that on. So just cutting it the same on this side, notch in and then straight, cut off, and notch in there and cut that piece off. Because I didn't want to make this box in any other way, because if I did, it would be 4 layers in the bottom. And I didn't want 4 layers of card in the bottom if you made another box, you know. Yeah, like I would make the box that will go behind the drawers. So, yeah, everything will probably get more clear when I'm not explaining things very weird, and yeah. I hope this is easy to follow. I feel like I'm more clear today than I was in my second video. So, number 17 is cut. Now we go over to number 8. This is one of the pockets for the drawer. And actually, number 8 and 7, this is one that's going behind the drawers and going to stand on this one. They are made the same way, so I actually won't show number 7, because they are made exactly the same way. They're just going to stand and be on different sides, or different way. They are made the same, I promise. So you have number 8 here, one of the drawer. So you have a thin here, and here at the bottom you have the thinner too, wider here, that's the fold down. So just notch in a little bit in the little square you have, so they won't catch when you close it in the bottom. So don't notch into these wider ones on the bottom part. Just on those, like that, in the bottom. And then not in here. Then you just cut up here, notch in there, and take away that small rectangle, and you notch in to this one that's beside, that's a little bit wider, because these are going to be folded down to reinforce. So you need to notch them in a bit, because otherwise they will make it very hard for this box to be put together. And I can never make these notches that straight. I'm sorry, I'm showing this in ivory. Ivory is a little bit harder to see on camera, I think. But I like using ivory for Christmas boxes. So it's going to look like this when you have the outside, and then you're going to put it together like so. But first, tape. So I'm just going to put on the tape, and I will be right back. So now I've put on the tape, and I also put together the other parts that I won't show, because they are quite the same way. So tape on the outside on these ones, and on the inside on these. Yeah. So you just pull the backing off these small flaps. I really should stop cutting my nails off. because these are getting harder to get off then. So, and just line up, put them together. I make a lot of these boxes, so you have probably seen them before if you have seen any the other two tutorials, because I always make these. And if something sticks out a bit when you have lined them up, then just cut that off. It's probably a piece of a score line sticking out, and then the backing of these and fall down so this box gets reinforced. So, and put off to the side, or I will see here. So yeah, or is it this way? No, I'm just testing so the drawers work where they should, and they do. Yeah, sorry for that, I got distracted. And now this one, just pull the backing off on these tabs, and this one is the different one where two sides only have a 1/2 inch fold over, and it doesn't do anything because this box is going to have reinforcement more because it's the box that holds this one inside. So this one is in it, and then you have 1 inch of space under it, like the secret compartment under. Yeah. So I will show how to fix that, what you need to have in this box to make it reinforced, but also make it hold up the other box inside. So take the backing off and fold in, press down. Because it's just a 1/2 inch here, you need to press it down so it doesn't flip open, because when it's so short, it can flip open. Yeah. So, and this box is going inside and will be held up by something that we will put in it later. And then it's this one, and this one, and these for the drawers are made just the same, and the boxes that we are going to score after these are also put together the same like this one. So I'm only going to show the scoring for the other ones. So it's just the same, very easy, reinforced. So you pull the backing off here and fold down. This is going to make a nice side here, but also a bit reinforced. And then down. And the last one, wait with that one. So take these off, but don't fold it over. Not yet. Take the backing off that one, and then we're going to fold this down a bit, but we are going to stick this one in between, like so. Just need to line it up a bit more. See if I need to notch in a little bit more here. Yeah, so now it should work. And just line it up. It's a little bit harder this way, but it's going to look better on the inside. Not like you are going to look inside these that much, but yeah. So, and then in with those, down with that, and backing off here, and keep it straight so the box is completely straight. Yeah, so now the big drawer can go into its home, and the other drawer. So now all the drawers, 4 of them, are done, and the top box that's going up here, and this one, number 7, that's going behind here. Yeah, so we are going to put this together right now, but I am going to put tape on the sides that are going to have tape first, and I will fix what we need for this one also. So be back in a second. So before we put these together, I think we can do this first. You need 2 pieces that measures 7 5/8 by 2 1/8. On the 7 5/8 side, you score at 3 7/8. And then on the 2 1/8 side, you score at 1 inch and 1/8 and 1 inch and 1 1/8. Yes. And you need the dimensionals for this. 3D pillows, and just fold these score lines, and you might have to cut these down a bit when you put it together, but you will see how much you need to cut, so it's alright. So now you have made this, so it's like a 1/8 here. So you put in dimensionals not too close to this score line, because it's going to be in a corner. So put dimensionals. I can show you how I did. I'm putting them quite close to this score line here that goes here, not this one there, and then some here. It's gonna make sense what I'm doing in a bit. And I might need to cut my dimensionals off a bit, because they are sticking out. So then you just take the backing off these. And then fold over. Now you're getting 1/8 wide here, about that. Then I'm gonna see here if we can fit this in, if I find the right way, but it seems like it might need to be cut down a bit. Yes, I need to cut it a little bit, just a little bit. So let's see if it fits now. This is a little bit tricky, maybe. Yeah, now it fits. So putting some tape on this. Tape. Oh, so much tape. It's used for this. It's ridiculous how much tape I have used for this box. It really is. I had to start on a new roll, so I have used up I think these boxes take almost one of these, and they are 25 meters. Let's see if I remember. You just like a V into the corner and then fold up to the side. Yeah, and I should have cut this more. I maybe be able to get in with my scissors here. Yeah. So you need to check that so you cut them more. So I will do the next one too. So see you in a sec. So just do as with the first one. Put dimensional, fold over so it stays 1/8 of an inch wide. So the box that's going on top is not falling inside. So backing off in like a V to the corner and then fold them. So now I'm quite happy with that, and this box is staying on top so you can put things inside. Do I have something to put inside? The D stamping block inside, and so. And it's going around in there. Yeah, and it isn't 1 inch wide, so it doesn't stand. The box is standing on what we made there, not on the stamping block. You can put a snail in there too. I think my snail, this pink one, is bigger than the SU ones. I'm not sure, but it fits in there. Kind of hide it there. Yeah. So now we are going to put this together. My camera might stop. My camera might needs to load soon or empty the memory or something, but we see how far I can get. So we start with a long drawer. This is going to be at the bottom. This is the longest one. You have 4, and these are the same in length, not in height but in length. So this one, then any order you want these. If you want that one in the middle, I don't want it like that. I want these like so. So take the backing off, and I feel it's easier to hold this if the drawer is in, because you get a little more stability. So what you do is you line these up here completely straight. Oh, a little bit unstraight. And then down. Completely straight, hopefully. And then you can take the drawers out and push down a bit. But I feel like it's easier to do this when the drawers are in, because then you get more stability, as I said. And then we take the next one. I'm taking this number 8 in the bottom, and so number 10, and now number 9, if you're keeping track on the numbers. I think it's easier to have numbers on them, because then I know which is which. Quite important when you're making a big project where it's a lot of paper. So, sorry for sighing. I think it's called that, right? Sighing. So, now this low one, and the holes in these are an 1/8 more than these. So this is 5/8 high here, but this is a half high, because it's easier for them to in and out. Yeah. So I'm making them smaller, but you might make them the same size and be able to draw them out. I just want it to be easier to get them out. And this was what I did wrong on mine. I didn't line them up properly. I can't speak. So now it looks like this. So you see it sticking out here. It's because drawer or box number 7 is going here. And now I see that what I did before, making it 1/8 less, might have been a mistake. How am I supposed to solve this? I might need to do like that. Because you see here it's going to be, and the thing is the back is going to get stuck here, and it can't be like this, then it needs to be straight. So the question is if I'm going to put some paper cardstock between here or more fill it out here. I think it's better to put here. So I'm going to put some paper here to make it a little bit wider. But when I made this one like I did before, now it's 7/8. When I did it before, I did it 1 inch wide, and then it was over this, so I needed to put paper on this one, so it was like that maybe, instead of it weighing here. But you might be able to stick it to like so and have the space. Now I can have the space, it's alright. I'm just going to put some tape, because it's going to be covered up by DSP, or mine will, because I'm covering it up with DSP, because I cover everything I make wrong with DSP. I'm just putting some tape on the back here. It's just some more freaking tape. Sorry if freaking is a swear word. Sorry. And see, my camera is still recording, and yeah, everything looks good right now. It should start blinking soon, I think. I don't know how long I actually have been recording. So, and then the backing off. And here I'm actually going to put some glue, not really on the tape, but between the tape. So glue, see if I get some glue out, just to be safe. Yeah, and then the tape on the bottom of this one off, and see what's the backside. And then we are going to make this box look like a toilet. And I was supposed to line it up here. So, yeah, that's good. Just gonna, and this is going, I switch it to Swedish, sorry. I'm going to cover this with one sheet here of cards or DSP, so these lines won't be showing. But if you don't, you might have to put some paper between here if you don't like this space. Some reason it became a space. It shouldn't have, so you might need to make this 15, this is a 7 box, 15 16ths wide instead of 7/8 wide. I can put that down with the measurements in between. Yeah, somewhere just a little note about that. So now this looks like a toilet. So I'm calling this part the toilet box. Yeah. So now this is going to get stuck down too. So I need to put some tape on the backing. So I'm back in a second. So I just saw that my camera is on half battery, so it might start blinking, but we should be able to put this on before, hopefully. Pepper. See, it's just a little bit, it's, wait, we can do like this so I see if it's right. Which side is right? Like this. So just line it up. Oh, I need some tape on that piece too. On the wall. I'm so forgetful sometimes. Or my name is Forgetful. Yes. I'm gonna rename myself Forgetful to Forgetful. Now we're just going to, this is going to be a little bit hard. I might just put some glue just in case. So come on now. My glue is a little bit not working with me today. So we just stick this down. Come on, down. Yeah, now it's straight. Get the drawer out and see if I can get my fingers in here. Quite a small box. So, and this in here. Yeah, so now the middle piece is done for to be stuck down in with the thing we did before. So I will be back when the camera is loaded, because it needs to be loaded now. Yeah, and I probably will be back in a second, and I probably have put some DSP on somewhere. Probably. Back in 1 second. So, this one is done, and now it's the DSP. I think this time I am actually going to put the DSP on this before I stick it down, because I was wrestling around with the other piece before. So and I have put together all the other boxes that I have on the side and the wings and the back and everywhere, because they are put together just the same like this one, and the drawers pockets where, yeah, these where the pockets go into. So the measurements for these are going to be in the description down below, and I'm going to say which of them I have where during this video, and in the description where they are. But right now we are going to cut the DSP for this one, because I'm going to cover it with just one here and one here, so you won't see that it's like this is 6 boxes. So yeah, I've chosen I can't really speak anymore. This is red, blue, and little to the ivory whitish. Yeah, so I'm going to use this Christmas paper. And the papers that I use, the cardstock is not Stampin' Up, the cardstock is from Pandero, and these papers that I use, the DSP I'm using, is from first edition. They have a lot, and they are so gorgeous. Just like Stampin' Up, they have gorgeous paper, and I just love everything of them. Yeah, so I have already measured how big I want the DSP, and I'm taking away 1/8. And for some reason this box got 6 7/8. No, 6 7/16, not 6.5 high, but that doesn't do anything because then it won't be up in the roof or on the lid, so it's alright. I don't know why it got a little bit less. It must be something I have done, or I don't know. Anyways, I want mine to be an 1/8 less, so I'm cutting this at 6 5/16. And let's see here, 1 2 3 4 5. I said 5, right? Yes, 5. So taking away that, and then 4 3/4, 1 and 2. Away with that for now, because this is maybe the trickiest to cut out. It's not that tricky. You want it to be covered like so, but you need to cut away some. And you see, like so. So I get the stripes the right way. I don't know. Down. And maybe turn that upside down. Yeah, I'm doing like so. So if you have the drawers against you and start with the left side, I have the paper up against here, then I take my finger here so I keep track on where I want it to be, and this box here is 1/2 inch shorter than this, so I'm just taking here, making a pen mark at 1/2 inch. I'm just gonna double check it in case I'm forgetful. No, it's right. And then you make right in a straight line, and then I'm just measuring in here, and it's 4. I think this one got like 4. Yeah, so measuring in here, and just going to look so it looks right. Yeah, this kinda looks like it's going to go right. Yeah, so this piece is going here, so you have a little rectangle here and a long one here, so just cutting away the long one. Follow your pen mark, the line you made. So, and then we are going to stick this to the side, but first we're taking the other one and I'm just checking so I'm doing this right again, so I get like I want to have it. Wait a second here. The red goes up in the corner. No. Or am I not going to get it like I want to? Anyways, putting this up like that and taking it there, so you're keeping track on this is going to be the long where you measure in 4 inches. And yeah, here to 1.5 or 1/2. Every time I say a half, I want to say 1.5, and I say 1.5. So, and then another pen mark at 4, so you do a straight line. And then just cut it away again. You do as you please with the DSP. This is just a suggestion. So I'm just showing this so it will be easier if you feel it's tricky to put DSP on a shape that isn't completely straight. Or this is straight, but yeah, you know what I mean. So now I'm going to stick this down, so back in a second. Or I might show this way first, that they are mirrored. They are not the same, they are not like so, they are mirrored. That's the way you need to have it. So now we'll put them. So now we are going to put this DSP on, make it completely lined up, hopefully. Just the second time I do this. And then we are going to stick this box into the middle of the other one and making the back not fall down, because the back is going to get stick up to this. Because this is not going to be both front and back fall on like the other ones I've made. Just the front is going to be falling down. Doing like this. See here, need to get it lined completely up. So yeah, that's good enough, I believe. And I took away those green, yeah, I did, I think. Or I might have put the DSP on. I need to check that later. I'm so confused by sometimes. Or wait, not happy with how that became. See here. So now it's completely stuck down. I will have DSP on here and a little piece here, but we don't need to put that on right now. So now I will bring in this main piece, and I have just gone crazy with DSP on this one. And just look at the DSP that shows on the outside. It's, yeah, you can see it, some glitter. I just love this with the red cardstock. And I should say, or I think it's, yeah, I'm using this paper with a little glimmer, or I've used paper, I've used glimmer, and I've used some that is a little bit plastic, you can say shimmering or something like that, because if you have a card or DSP that is all paper and put it on the table, and it might have some ink on the table, or like I have some of pieces from a pen, you know, this, they break off, then it will color the cardstock, and sometimes it's hard to get it off, or it will color the DSP. So that's why I'm using some that have some effects, because then hopefully it won't stick anything on it. Yeah, I should stop rambling now. So, see if this octopus is going to be nice today. So now we have this. This is the back that's going to stick to the toilet thingy. Yeah, like this. But first we need to stuck it down to the floor, the bottom, and I have tape on there. And the pen marks, so I know where I should put this, is you take your ruler and 2 inches in from both sides, but it will be a 16 more, so you need to line them up in the middle of these 2 pen marks. I don't want to go down on the 16th, or it might be 16th. I don't really remember, but just get them between those two, because it's 2 inches is for these and the boxes. So I'm just going to line this up with the score line and see so I get it in the middle of those 2 pen marks as much as I can. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So push it down, and yeah, this is really an octopus. The 4 or 2 armed octopus. Yeah, so now I'm going to take the backing off this and pray that this is going to work again. Sometimes it's hard when you put something up against like this. So wish me good luck. And like so. Yes, it worked. So it's on. Where's that box? So, there. Yeah, it worked. And I kind of made a lid before. See if the lid wants to listen to me and be put on. Yeah, so the lid is on, the lid is off, because the lid is a little bit too low to keep this completely closed as I want to. And I'm starting to get a bit tired, that's why this is not as good as it was in the beginning. I thought I'm getting better at this or something. I hope, or maybe starting to. This is fun. That's the main thing, that it should be fun. So over to these boxes. So on the outside, before you open up those wings, you can have 2 boxes, because we cut away a little bit of the back, so the wings came in, so you have a little bit floor outside the wing. You remember? Might be easier to show. Here, you see here, you have 5/8 of an inch here, so you can have. I shouldn't push a box. I have a box here at 5/8. I think you need 1/8. if you do in cardstock, because it's harder, and yeah, for me it doesn't work if I max it. So these are the two ones that are a 1/2 inch, and they can be stick down here on the sides. So you have one there and one there. Then these are the same size. They are just 5/8 of an inch, and that's because here is 1 3/8. So it works having two boxes at 5/8. I hope. Yeah, it works. You see, it's quite stable. And it works. So those are there. So number 19 and 20 on the sides here, and number 21 to 22, 23 and 24 are going on the inside here. And I would stick them down, I stick them down as far down as I can on the sides, because then they won't get, because we have a 16 less here, they won't get caught in this floor. They won't. I just like them, having them completely down. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. And here is the back of the box, and I wasn't really sure if I would have boxes on these and then have them here, but I decided that I wouldn't have the boxes on these because I didn't really like them. So I made two boxes, and this is number 25 and 26. They are going on the back, and you can have pens in this one, like I have on my other one, and you just stick them here. They won't have any floor, so have them as far down as you can if you want that. And you can actually do these however you want, but I wouldn't make them 5/8, even though you have 5/8 here and here. I wouldn't, but these inside are 5/8. But you can decide to make an inch wide and the other one just a little small pocket without... Sorry, the camera is falling down. So I wouldn't max too much and have 1 3/8, even though the space is 1 3/8. Maybe if you do the pockets in DSP, because it's a little bit softer, but in cardstock somehow it's getting a little bit thicker. Yeah, I hope I explained that good enough. So these will stick down here, and I don't think I will show so much more. I have shown how to make this, and everything is going to be, every pocket and everything, every piece, the measurements of them is going to be down below. And I'm showing here that on the back side 26 and 25 is going to be, 19 and 20 are on the outside, and 21 and 22 here, and 23 and 24 here. So it's quite easy, and you can make however you want. You can put this one up here and don't have things that stick out too much, or you can have them down here and put a little one up here too. I might put a little one up here and have like what are those called? They're called, I know what they're called in Swedish. They are called frimärken in Swedish. Stamps, I think they are called. When you send a letter, you need a stamp, you need a thing, you need a lick and then put on the, yeah. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, anyways, I hope I haven't forgotten anything now. This was pretty much what I was going to show, because you don't really have to do these boxes like I have, and you don't have to have boxes here. You can then make this piece, because this one the wide here is 5. This is 5 and 5/8, so it would be a little bit of gap here, so I could have boxes, but you don't have to do that. So then you can make this one 5/8 instead of 5, or 5 instead of 5 and 5/8. I hope I don't make this more confusing than it already is. Anyways, this is how the box is. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. I have covered everything, right? Yeah, if I haven't, then just please ask, because I will answer as quickly as I see the comment. If you have any questions, or if it is anything you want me to think about. I have already gotten some comments that I should think about what I say, mostly to myself. So I won't call myself stupid anymore, because making mistakes isn't stupidity. Making mistakes is human. And in papercrafting, mistakes are how we learn, and in other things too. So mistakes are just fine. Making mistake with this one, it will cost some cardstock, but it isn't everything. It isn't that much, I hope. And I drew this up and made it right away after I drew it. So I succeeded in making this one on the first try, so it isn't hard. Just follow the steps, or make it however you want it. You don't have to have 2 of these, one on each side. You can make this wider, so this is here, and have 1 wing. It's however you want this, and you don't have to have this wrap around here. You can just have it like this, like a desk caddy. Because this one is actually inspired by, I think I'm saying that in the beginning too of this video. This is actually inspired by a jewelry box that I have. It's not right like this one, but closely. Now my boyfriend thinks I'm talking too much. Yeah, I'm talking too much. I will just say, I hope you like this, and I hope I see you in my next video. And if you have any questions, just ask them, and I promise I will make something smaller next time. I hope I can keep that promise, because I couldn't this time, because this one just keep getting bigger and bigger. I don't know how, but somehow it just became huge. Because it's huge. Yeah, anyways, have a nice day, and I hope I see you in next video. Bye. Hej då.